The first time I heard a voice in my head, it was at the end of a university seminar. It said, "She is leaving the room." The messages didn't stay passive for long. That day was the beginning of years of nightmarish voices, visions, and bizarre, terrifying delusions. Desperation drove me to self-harm. After being diagnosed with schizophrenia, a psychiatrist told me I would have been better off with cancer because it would be easier to cure. But now, 16 years since that terrifying prognosis, I have an exciting, enjoyable life. I have no contact with mental health services and haven't taken medication for over 10 years. And yes, I still hear voices today. So how did this transformation come about? Many people assume conditions like schizophrenia are random afflictions, illnesses resulting from a chemical imbalance in the brain. And that's what I thought too. It's an assumption that led to me being drugged and hospitalised, then eventually discarded by a system that didn't understand or work for me. So what was the real cause of my so-called schizophrenia symptoms? It's trauma. Through meeting people in the Hearing Voices network, I was able to begin reinterpreting my terror and despair as a response to things I'd survived. I came to understand my voices as meaningful messengers from my mind about unbearable things I'd endured as a child and young adult. And as that's happened, the voices have transformed in character. Today, they are guides and allies, not tormentors. Through my work as a psychology researcher, I've since discovered that people who've survived adversity are far more likely to lose touch with reality, hear voices, and feel paranoid and terrified than those who haven't. What does this mean for traditional understandings of schizophrenia? It presents a huge challenge to what we thought we knew. The latest research suggests that many people who receive this diagnosis don't have anything inherently wrong with their brain, but are responding to things that have happened to them, whether it's abuse, discrimination, bullying, deprivation, or any combination of loss and stress. In fact, the US National Institute of Mental Health is arguing that current systems for classifying psychiatric diagnoses, like schizophrenia, need overhauling. These labels don't actually describe discrete, identifiable brain disorders. Perhaps one day we might see the term schizophrenic abandoned altogether. Essentially, it's about informed choice. Some people find diagnosis and medication helpful, but others don't. Understanding that some people's symptoms point to meaningful distress and not arbitrary disease can be a turning point for many, just like it was for me.
Why women should stop striving for equality. I've got a confession to make. I don't believe in equality. In fact, I find the whole idea pretty troubling. After all, inequalities are complicated.